This is Humans on the Road, where I interview people on the intricate parts of their lives. Well, welcome, guys, to Humans on the Road. We have Maddy in today. And tell me a little bit about yourself, Maddy.
Ooh, where do I start?
Where are you from and where do you live now?
Okay. I am from Orange, California. I grew up in the city of Orange, kind of by Chapman University. And now I live in Lake Tahoe.
Awesome. All right. What do you do for work?
Oh, well, I run this group called Outsiders Together. And I just started it like 5 months ago. And basically, we do hiking and camping trips and bonfires and events for like outdoorsy solo travelers who want to create community outdoors. So
Awesome.
I host events and plan them and run them and all that good stuff.
Sweet. So what's like the reasoning behind why you started this group?
Oh, I started Outsiders this past winter and I was living in Tahoe working at a ski resort and I was trying to get into content creation and stuff on TikTok. So I was on the app all the time. And one of my fellow content creator friends posted some TikTok about wanting to meet up with single people and going on an adventure. And it just sparked this idea in me where I was like, oh my God. I was like, I want to do that. Can we get a bunch of single people together and do that? And and then I posted a video about it. And the video just kind of took off. And a lot of people were like, I want to do that. I want to go camping with a bunch of random singles. And I was like, really? Other people want to do this? So
Me?
that was pretty much it.
That's awesome. How's it been so far, like running the business? Have you had any hiccups or?
Oh, of course. It's had its ups and downs for sure. For the most part, it's been amazing. This group has been so cool. And I was talking to a friend about this the other day, but I feel like it's something that just came right at the right time for so many of us. I think a lot of people are just lacking community, especially in outdoor spaces. And this was just a really good way to kind of bridge that gap. But yeah, definitely some hiccups along the way. I really just jumped headfirst into it. And so I had no idea what I was doing in terms of all the like permitting and business licenses and all that stuff. It's because I didn't really have any time to plan or figure all that stuff out before it all started happening. So that stuff was definitely a hurdle to overcome. And then, I mean, when you run a group of almost 20,000 people, there's bound to be drama and all that goes down on the Facebook group. So always dealing with that, which is super fun.
Tell me about the app.
The app was really fun to kind of get my hands dirty and do a lot of the back end stuff for that. I like don't have any experience with app development or anything like that. So I've been working with this third party platform that kind of has a template for communities like ours where I can go in and customize it and white label it and do all of that. And they've been really, really awesome to work with. So that's been a cool process, just kind of seeing the back end of all of that. But I'm really excited. I think the app is going to be a really good transition away from the Facebook group where, I mean, the Facebook group is great for connecting with people and chatting, but it doesn't really have all the functionalities that we would want in a community like this. So being able to break off into smaller groups based on where you live or what you're interested in, things like that is really going to be key, I think, to forming those connections in this group and planning meetups with people in your area. So I'm super excited about that aspect of it.
Yeah, just from what I've seen, the organization is like a key factor of the app and being able to like sort through it a little bit better than on Facebook because everything is just right there on that one feed. So what's been your favorite lesson so far that you've learned? Like
Ooh.
throughout the business part of it or like the planning and stuff.
Honestly, I think the biggest thing that I've learned, I've had quite a few people reach out to me who are in business or wanting to start something similar. And through those conversations with them, my biggest takeaway, because a lot of those people like have experience with business or have taken a bunch of business courses and all that stuff. And every time they're just like, how did you do it? Or like, did you take business courses? Like, you're doing everything right. And like, we're really impressed. And I'm like, honestly, it's just that I wasn't afraid to do it. Like, you can take all the business courses, you can learn all that you're supposed to learn and have everything lined up. But if you don't just go for it, you can't be successful. And so for me, it was like, it was so intuitive, everything that I was like, quote unquote, supposed to do when starting this group. It was very natural. It was organic. It was all through TikTok. And it was just like being genuine and authentic and reaching people who were like me. And that was what made it successful. It wasn't this like huge business plan or anything like that. I didn't have investors. And I think a lot of business people were, I guess, shocked to hear that. And I think that's the biggest takeaway I have is just like putting yourself out there and really marketing something organically and just jumping headfirst into it. Because if you get too stuck on the logistics and like perfectionism side of it, it's so much harder to make something like this successful.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I feel that like over planning or something like really just holds you back. You just got to jump into it and then like figure it out kind of as you go.
100%.
All right. So since this is a singles group, jumping over to the single side of the solo traveling group, are you single, Maddy?
Ooh, I am very much single. I have been single for quite some time. And yeah, that was sort of some of the inspiration behind starting this group because dating apps suck, as we all know. And yeah, I am single.
So I guess what are you looking for out of this group as far as like dating, whatever goes? Are you looking
Yeah.
for your husband or just for some fun?
I feel like right now I am not looking for a relationship, which is like probably the first time I've ever said that in my life. But I'm just in such a good place, like personally, friendship wise, in every area. I just feel like I'm thriving and I don't want to have a distraction to like everything else in my life because I've always made my life about like meeting a partner or wanting to find somebody. And now I'm just so content in my business friendships that I really want to savor what this is right now. And not to say I'm not open to like dating or, you know,
all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that's good to hear. We know that you have lots of bachelors in this group pining after you. Hey, maybe one day we'll start like a little bachelorette season on this podcast. That should be fun.
It would be pretty iconic.
I guess in general, what are like your top physical or personality qualities in men or women?
Ooh, I like that question. Okay.
Like what sparks your interest? These guys are going through this thing like, nope, yep, nope.
That is so funny. Okay, personality wise. Well, it's hard because I have a type that I like have always been attracted to, but lately I've been trying to stay away from my type.
Oh, why is that?
Just because it's never
like
really
bad
worked
history
out for me.
Yeah, feel that. Okay.
Like maybe we need to try something different. I think, I mean, I'm just gonna be the stereotypical shallow girl and say I mean, you really sealing the deal with that one.
Okay, well, I think you actually just went out at the very perfect time of leaving everyone on their toes. What was that?
Oh no.
That's actually perfect timing.
I'm just gonna leave the mystery. No,
Yeah.
height, a
Okay.
tall guy. That's probably
Taller
my,
than you, taller than 6 foot. What's our height?
oh yeah, taller than 6 foot.
Okay.
Yeah. If they are tall, that's my immediate, like, when I see them, that's the first thing I notice.
Okay.
I think eyes. I have light eyes. You really can't tell in this lighting, but
Yeah, nope.
they look brown. And I think I also am attracted
Dude, you keep going out right at the right time.
to light eyes. Oh my god.
Okay, I heard light eyes at the end after it went out, but it might just be on my side too, so it could just be. But anyways, all right, keep going. Sorry, light eyes.
Light eyes. Personality wise, this one is so hard for me because I've been attracted to so many different types of personality. I think that I do really well with people who are interested in like deeper emotional and intellectual conversations, but aren't like overly emotional. I'm like very much enjoy the intellectual side of things and like having vulnerable conversations, but I also am not like the most emotional person you'd ever meet. And I think that I kind of need someone on that same way.
Okay.
And then not too extroverted, but I think having someone that does get along well with strangers and in group settings, because that's something I've always struggled with my whole life, but like lately I've been getting a lot better at, and having someone to help push me in that. And like I think that's just attractive when I see someone who's able to just go up to a group and chat up everybody and have a good time and not feel uncomfortable and feel like they have to hang around me all night. I think is really important.
Yeah, it's honestly, I can relate to that for sure. Not someone who's like sticking by your side the whole time thinking they have to entertain you, but can just like meander around and mingle with other people for sure. Okay, so I was gonna do red flag or deal breaker, but I didn't write any down. So actually I have two, but one would be fully targeting one person. But this one says your date pronounces Chipotle as like Chipotle. Red flag or deal breaker?
That's a red flag.
Okay. What about if they spelled karaoke wrong?
Deal breaker.
And if they still don't know that they spelled it wrong or what they did wrong in the word after been pointing out. Okay. This one says your date's name is Jerry, which is also your father's. Red flag or deal breaker? This one also says that's a hard no for me, dog, or I can have two daddies.
It might be a deal breaker.
I think it would be. I don't think I could do it.
I don't think so.
Your date says after sipping coffee or eating a bite of food.
I'm gonna be honest, I think I do that.
That's amazing. This one says your date is shorter than 6 foot, but I think we already know how you feel about that one. So
we know.
Your date is older than 30 and still has several roommates.
Ooh. I mean, older than 30 is honestly a plus to me, but
what if they have roommates?
Red flag.
Okay. Good to know. All right. What title would you give this chapter of your life and why?
I feel like this is the becoming, because there's just so many parts of myself in the past 2 years that I've like shed away, like my religious upbringing and ideas behind sexuality and my purpose and my job and everything in that sense. I feel like every aspect of my life I've just shed and kind of let go of those expectations and what
Mhm.
was expected of me. And everything that I thought I was and identified with, I realized I didn't.
Mhm.
And I think I'm now entering that chapter of my life where I'm coming out of that unlearning chapter and now entering that becoming chapter where I'm diving headfirst into the things that I do love and I'm finding out who I am now and not just who I'm not. And
Mhm.
so I think this is a really big chapter for me in just exploring the things that I love and the people that I love and who I am.
That's awesome. I love that. That was actually such a good, quick answer out of you. I was sitting here the whole time you're talking, like, I don't even know what I would use as mine. What the heck? Um, all right. Going off of that, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Okay, 5 years from now, I think at least owning my own business. I mean, I would love if Outsiders is that business, but
Mhm.
regardless if it is or not, just,
Mhm.
owning my own business, being my own boss and being able to travel a lot. I think in 5 years from now, I would definitely be open to like a serious relationship and starting to settle down at that point. And I don't know. I think it would be tough for me to envision myself like settling down in one place for a long time, but I do
Mhm.
think it would also be nice to have a home base and like my person and my community in one spot and then just being able to travel a lot
In your
outside of
van?
that. Yeah, in my van.
That's awesome. Yeah. So people always say that you travel a lot. You've been everywhere. So, what's been like your favorite place, or where do you want to go still? I didn't even know this about you, but people just talk about how much you travel. So, but also
Yeah.
with Outsiders, I travel a lot, I guess too. But
Yes. I think, yeah, any kind of nomad, we're just all over the place. But
mhm.
I've been to 18 countries and
Wow.
a lot of the US states. My favorite place I've ever been, that's so hard to answer. I mean, every place is like amazing for its own
Hmm.
reasons. In
Yeah.
the US, some of my favorite places are Telluride, Grand Tetons, like Pacific Northwest. I really love the Portland area.
Okay.
And kind of left field, but I really love New York City.
Wow, a city gal.
I know, city gal, plot twist. Um, and then internationally, Iceland was incredible,
Yeah.
out of this world, just
Mhm.
crazy landscapes. Asia, like Japan was really cool. Vietnam. Oh, South Africa. If you have the chance
Ooh,
to
I like. I
go.
went there. I love it. Where in
So
South Africa did you go?
I was in Cape Town and then also went to, I think it was called, Elizabethtown, which is kind
Hmm.
of like a northern city, but then we did like safari tour and stuff
Oh,
like that,
fun.
which was really awesome. But oh my gosh, it's Cape Town and the surrounding area, so gorgeous.
Cape Town is like a hidden gem. It's so wild. Like you can
Yeah,
literally see the penguins.
it's so cool.
Yeah, like penguins not at a zoo. It's pretty dope. Yeah, I was really surprised by that. I went there senior year of high school for a mission trip. It was
Oh,
awesome.
cool. That's
Yeah, but
awesome.
we stayed in like a little. We were in Cape Town for to see the penguins and do some other touristy stuff, but like no safaris. We like were doing like house builds and like working on at kids camps and stuff like that. But it was literally such a beautiful place. And I'd like to go back and do more of like the touristy like safari stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
cool experience overall. Any secrets you want to tell us?
Secrets? Oh my gosh. There's too much
Your
tea.
your deepest, darkest secret? Spill the beans.
This group is secrets, drama, tea. It is unhinged, as one may say.
Very unhinged.
Very unhinged.
Too funny.
And I love it.
Oh, I love it too. Honestly, this group makes me like really always want to be in the not in the drama, but like know the drama.
It's
And
so
it
funny. Like,
always surprises me.
there's so much I don't even know because people always ask me like, oh, like what kind of relationships or people dating have come out of the group. And I'm like, I probably know about 20% of it. And like the rest is just, I have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. But every time I hear about another couple or something happening, I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's awesome how many people have met through this group and like are now dating, which is so fun.
Yeah, there's actually so many. It's awesome.
Yeah. I guess people would like to know, oh, so can they stay in the group?
Oh my gosh, people always ask this. And yes, absolutely, you can start dating somebody. And that's also part of the reason we expanded just from singles to singles and solo travelers, because like the lines got blurred if people started dating. And then also we just had a lot of people, reach out through TikTok and Instagram, just being like, hey, I'm not single, but I like really want to make friends and come travel with people. Can I join? And I was like, I don't want to turn these people away because this community is awesome. And like, even if you're not single, you can find so many awesome friends here. So,
oh yeah, for sure. There's so many people that, like I've said multiple times on Instagram and everywhere else, that like, even in like the 2 months that I've been a part of this group, how many people I've like met and religiously talked to every single day.
Yeah.
They've like become such a core part of my life that I'm like, every single thing I see, I think that's funny. I'm like, oh, I gotta tell so-and-so that I like saw this. It's like so funny how this group has worked. But
I know, I love it.
Yeah.
As just like the next few months, it's gonna be really exciting and
it's gonna be busy.
yeah, it's gonna be really busy. We have a lot of trips coming up and just a ton of traveling going on. But yeah, we'll just stay posted because there's going to be a ton of new Outsiders events coming. We're bringing on a team of ambassadors so that we can have an official events like everywhere, which is going to be awesome. And I know a lot of people have been sad because we don't have things in their area, especially like on the East Coast. So it'll be really nice to have people out there who can host events for us. And so we can get more people connected. But yeah, definitely. I want to encourage everybody to check out the app. I think that's kind of going to be our main hub of where people can connect and find people near them. It's where you can sign up for events and post about your travels and ask for recommendations and everything like that. So I think it's going to be really good for the community.
That's awesome. When are you planning on launching that app?
The app is coming out this Friday. So on July 1st, it'll be out in the App Store.
Awesome, dude. I can't wait to use that this weekend when it comes out. Yes. All right. Well, thanks for coming to chat with me. It's been fun. So everyone, this is Maddy, the starter of Outsiders Together.
I love you, girl. Thanks.
Love you. See ya.